if you're anything like me, you've probably tried loads and loads of business models to try and make money. You know, you research the top hits of, I don't know, 2026, etc. You know, you try and hop on the trends and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, you just don't seem to produce results. You don't seem to achieve the same success as you see those online influencers achieve, right? And it's not because the business models don't work. It's, if you are a Christian, it's different, right? You have certain morals, you have certain ways and certain beliefs that you have to follow when it comes to making money, and it's all installed in your subconscious mind, and it's something that is kind of like a gift from God in a way. So God feels like limits our success in business, and it's not that he actually puts a cap on how much we earn, because of course he doesn't want to do that. He wants us to succeed, he doesn't want us to suffer. The reason he sort of slows our progress down is if he sees that we're not doing the right thing. For example, if you're trying to do dropshipping, for example, but you're selling really cheap, bad products that you know aren't there to truly bring value and joy to your customers, do you really think that's worthy of praise? Do you really think that's worthy of being paid a lot of money? Because you get paid based on how much value you give. See, in the Bible, it's a common principle that you give more than you take. So are you really giving more than you think you deserve? Because that's probably not the case if you're not where you want to be. See, all those people you see online that are making tons of money and they're raking it all in, it might be different for them. And at the end of the day, you don't know truly how much value they're putting into it. Maybe they put a ton of effort into the customer value, customer feedback, customer experience, all that stuff. At the end of the day, you don't know these things. But if you're just trying to make money quickly and you're just trying to get people to pay you a ton of money as fast as possible, then it's guaranteed you won't make that money, because as a Christian, you need to be focusing on value. Why do you think that is? It goes beyond just treating people like you want to treat yourself. It actually links in to being a disciple of Jesus, spreading the gospel, right? You can't spread the gospel if you're scamming people, but you can spread the gospel if you give more than you take. So if people see that you deliver so much value, there's something that separates your business or you as a brand or person from every other person and company, and they makes them wonder why. And then you tie Christianity into it, or maybe your products have Christianity intertwined. Maybe you do Bible studies, I don't know, but the point is you intertwine Christianity into the value you give. And now suddenly people are so attracted to your brand, not just because of the value you give, but because of the core foundation, which is based off God. So if you're not making the money you want to be making, ask yourself, have you really taken these steps? Have you really focused on providing more value than the money you take out? Have you really focused on delivering as much customer satisfaction as you can? Have you, most importantly, been able to intertwine Christianity in and actually spread the gospel and the word of God through your business? Because if you can't tick all 3 points, then you won't become successful from whichever business model you choose. Because it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, it's different, right? It's just how your brain works. Once you read the Bible, once you baptize, it changes something in your brain. It might be God, it might just be you. At the end of the day, something changes, and now suddenly you have to abide by certain morals. You have to be humble, right? And you can catch yourself being morally wrong, you know, you just grinds you nuts. So the same thing applies to business. If you found this video useful, subscribe and watch the other ones. I appreciate you. See you in the next one.